Although Gene Simmons found fame as a blood-spurting, fire-breathing, bass-playing demon with Kiss, his early years were about as removed as you could possibly get from the notorious hard rock / heavy metal band. Born August 25th, 1949, and named Chaim Blitz, he and his mom left Israel by the late 1950s, relocating to the United States, New York City to be exact. Witz's name was then changed to Gene Klein as he discovered comic books and rock and roll soon after. As a teenager, he played bass in a number of New York area bands, and while in his early 20s, he even tried his hand at teaching grade school. His teaching career was short-lived as he met another young rock and roll hopeful around this time, Stanley Eisen.
You want to see it? I'd love to. What?
Together, the duo formed their first band together, Wicked Lester, who borrowed heavily from their heroes, the Beatles, and just about any other hip musical style of the moment. The band recorded an album that never saw the light of day. But while in the band, the two first came up with the idea of putting on a real show for the audience. Makeup, costumes, and a grand stage show. They eventually hooked up with two other New Yorkers, Peter Criscola and Paul Frehley. All the members changed their names, assumed identities relating to their personalities. Kiss then became one of the top hard rock acts of the 70s and beyond. While Kiss's fame was skyrocketing, Simmons tried his hand at another facet of the music biz, scouting up-and-coming talent. He tried to convince Kiss's manager to sign a young California band called Mammoth in the mid-70s, who eventually renamed themselves Van Halen. Simmons' pleas fell on deaf ears, but the event sowed the seeds for Simmons launching his own record company, albeit short-lived in the 80s, Simmons Records, as well as briefly managing Liza Minnelli. In addition to his work with Kiss, Simmons has tried his hand at acting on the big screen with varying degrees of success. Runaway, Trick or Treat, Wanted, Dead or Alive, and Never Too Young to Die are just some of the films he's appeared in. Simmons is also a shrewd businessman, often credited as the main force behind turning Kiss into a mega-dollar-generating merchandising machine. Look no further than Kiss's top-grossing 1996-1997 reunion tour. With Kiss announcing their farewell tour in 2000, some assumed that it would be the last the public would hear from Simmons and company. But this proved hardly to be the case, as the band toured the world, off and on, for the next several years. Meanwhile, Simmons became involved in numerous projects, including penning an autobiography, 2001's Kiss and Makeup, creating his own magazine, Gene Simmons' Tongue, developing his own clothing line, Gene Simmons' Dragonfly, hosting the TV show Hitmen, and was in discussions for relaunching his Simmons record label, his acting career, and starting up his own TV talk show, The Gene Simmons Show. Simmons took a break from the farewell tours in 2004 and released his second solo album, Hole, on the Sanctuary label. But, as fate would have it, they're back at it again, so for shows and dates near you, please check Kiss's official website. Thank you for watching.